Hey, what's going on, everybody? I feel like it's been a week since I saw you guys last. Today I've got a really cool, it's a self-working card trick revealing a prediction of whatever card that a spectator is thinking of. This is a trick that I learned years ago, and I just haven't done a tutorial for it, but I'm bringing it to you guys today. But seriously, it is like 2 o'clock, almost 2:30 in the morning. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I really needed to get this video out to you guys. But before that, I really need a cup of coffee. So come with me, let's go get a cup of coffee. Wow, I needed that. Okay, all right. Also, a little bit of news. I'm really excited about the 70,000 subscriber giveaway that we're getting closer to doing. So I've also decided, on top of the coin trick that I'm gonna give away to some random subscriber, I've decided to also give away 3 $10 Amazon gift cards to you guys. So just keep subscribing, keep sharing the videos, and once we get to 70,000 subscribers, we're gonna have a giveaway. So let's go ahead and get right into the trick. I'm gonna show you guys, kind of perform it for you guys first, and then I'll show you guys the methods on how to do it. All right, let's get started. Okay, to start this trick off, you can just have a deck of cards. It's just a regular deck of cards, as you can see. Maybe not, but you start off by dealing off the cards. You're going to need 21 of them. I start face down just like this, and I deal them face up in 3 separate piles and deal them across like this. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Just take the rest of the cards and set them aside. Let's get those out of the way. All right, so we're only going to be working with one of these. And how it starts is, I'll just show you guys how to perform it first. So you ask the spectator to think of any one of these cards. Don't hint or suggest or anything which card they are thinking of, but just for the purpose of the trick, let's say they think of the 7 of hearts. So we're going to go with the 7 of hearts right here. Now, all you have to do is you ask them, which pile is your card in? of course they're going to point up here to this pile, but not giving away that this is their card. So they point to that pile, and you just start scooping up the cards. And then you deal them off again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, and then again, you're going to ask them which pile their card is in. Of course, they're going to say this one. So you scoop up the cards. And then you deal them off one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, so again, you're going to ask them one last time which pile their card is in, and they're going to point to this pile. So you just scoop up the cards again. This is the last time you do that. Now what you do, holding the cards face down, you're just going to start setting them in these piles like this. All right, so you got these 7 different piles, and what you're going to do is you're going to start asking them to point to a pile. Let's say or actually you're going to ask them to point to 3 piles. So they'll say this one, and this one. So I would scoop these up, then leaves you with 4 piles. Ask them to pick 2 piles. So they pick this one and this one. Putting the piles up and leaving those 2 piles. And let's say they end up, you tell them to pick another pile. Let's say they pick this one. So you scoop up the pile and leave them with this one. Now you tell them to pick a card. Say they pick this card, you pull it away and eliminate it. Tell them to pick another card. Let's say they pick this card. You pull this one away and eliminate it. And then they pick this one. You turn it over, revealing their card. Now, how to do this. Okay, this is a self-working card trick like I said earlier. So let me walk you through the steps. So deal the cards off going across just like this until you have all 21 cards laid out. All right, so you got 21 cards here laid out. You tell them to think of any card in the pile. So for this one, let's say the 8 of clubs. All right. So they're memorizing the 8 of clubs. They don't tell you anything else until you ask them which pile it's in. They're going to point to this pile. So what you need to do is you need to scoop up the cards. It doesn't matter how you scoop them up, except for when you scoop them up, this pile needs to be in between these 2 piles. So if you decide to scoop this one up first, scoop it up. Then whichever one you decide to scoop up next, you put one on top and then one on bottom. As long as the pile with their card is in the middle of those 2 other piles. Then you do this again. Make sure you're dealing across like this. All right, and again, you just ask them which pile is your card in. Again, they're going to point to this pile. So you scoop it up again. Then you take the one pile, either put it on the top or bottom, and then the next one, put that one either on the top or bottom, but as long as the pile that their card is in the middle. Now, that was the second time we did it, so this is the third time. We do it 3 times. This is the third time, so you're going to go and deal across again. All right, So now you're going to ask them one last time, the third time, which pile their card is in. Of course, they're going to say the middle pile because it's right there. Now, how this happens is on the third time of doing this, typically their card is going to end up in the 11th place. All right, so you have to remember that, the 11th place. So it's not going to always end up like that, but by the time we get to the last move, it will be in the 11th place. So by the way that we pick up the cards and we handle the cards, it will end up in the 11th place by the third time. All right, so of course they're going to say this card or this pile, okay? So what we do is we pick up the cards, again, putting their pile in the middle. Now what you do is you count off, putting them in the three modes, but you got to count. No, you can put them anywhere you want, but count and memorize where the 11th card is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, so we've got these different piles, and you start by telling them to pick, I don't know, 3 piles. You can tell them to pick however many piles you want. Just tell them to point to 3 piles. And this is where we use the process of elimination. We know that this is their card, all right? Because it's the 11th card, but they don't know that. They don't know that that is their card. So you're going to use the process of elimination. You're going to tell them to pick 3 piles. Now, let's say they pick this one, and this one. Because they picked the pile that their card is in, you're going to remove all the other cards. Now, if for instance they pick this one, and this one, you're going to just remove those piles that they picked. It gives them the idea that they have the freedom of choice, and when it gets down to their final card, they believe that they picked that card in their mind. But really, you're just giving them a choice, and then you're doing process of elimination and keeping their card up there. Okay, so again, tell them to pick 3 piles, and let's say they pick this one, and this one. All right, I'm going to remove those cards because they did not point to their card. And then you set those aside. Now you tell them, because we have 4 piles, I would usually tell them to pick 2 piles. Now let's say they pick this one and this one. Because they pointed to their pile, if they pick these 2, I would remove these ones, leaving their card still there. Again, they're thinking that they have freedom of choice. All right, and now you're down to 2 piles. You tell them to point to a pile. It doesn't matter which one. Let's say they pick this one. You remove the other pile. All right, now we're down to 3 cards. You tell them to pick a card. If they pick this card, you just remove that card. If they pick this card, which is their card, you remove the other 2. It still gives them the idea that they had freedom of choice. So let's say they pick this one. All right, we're going to remove that one. And let's say they pick this one. You remove the other one. Again, it looks to them picking it the entire time. And then you reveal their card. And that is how you do the trick. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. And let's get ready for that giveaway. Have a great day, guys.